Hi, I'm just going to riff a little bit about Project 52, the Pro system. Tell you a little bit why I created it, why I chose the name system. And just tell you a little bit about the photographers that are taking the class. My name is Giannatti. I created Project 52 Pro system because the old way of becoming a photographer, or the tried and true path from yesteryear, is no longer here. You would go to school, or wouldn't go to school. School was not important. It still isn't. Whether to be a professional photographer, you don't need it. You'd go to school or not, and then you'd go into New York or Chicago or LA, and you would assist a photographer who was already in the business. This is where you would learn to do things like shoot to a layout, bid a job, come up with the ideas, research all the parts that would go into making a photograph. All the stuff that they don't teach you in school. A whole lot of the stuff they don't teach you in school. So even if you didn't go to school, this stuff isn't found much of anywhere. And if it is, it's found in a book, and by the time it gets in the book, it might be a little old, a little dated, or just simply one person's opinion of how it should go. So what I did was create a similar online apprenticeship where we shoot real life, real world assignments. These assignments come out of my library, my friend's library. I'll go to the bookstore, I'll go through the magazines, and I'll find real assignments that we will then take a look and take apart and do them our way. We're not copying anybody or stealing anybody's work. It's not part of the deal. But it's a pretty deep group. And this is the page that you can't see if you're not logged in or a member. You get to the system and you go down and you find out what the current assignment is. The current assignment is working by hand. Handmade entrepreneurs are big all over the country. Several articles and stories have been written in multiple magazines. So we're going to take that assignment, shooting hands, and we're going to turn it into a real assignment. So if we go there, we're going to have information on that assignment, links to research about the assignment to help the photographer research it. Got a couple of rules down here. We got some lighting ideas. We have some samples that other previous Project 52 people have turned in. Aren't they? They're great shots. Set the bar very high. We've got a video that I do that talks a little bit about the challenges. Then we approach it from 3 different assignment types. If you're a people person, you might want to have a little bit more of the people in your hands shot. If you're a still life shooter, maybe it's mostly still life with just a pair of hands in it. If you're shooting video, you're doing a 30-second clip, music, and on-screen text. No narration. We got some lighting information for you over here, and then down here a couple of Photoshop tutorials that I've found on the net, two of the better ones that I've found that will help go with this assignment. So the assignments are pretty deep. Now, we review the shots that the photographers do, and if the photographers have questions about the assignment, that's easy as well. We have a great Project 52 private Facebook group for just members and all previous members. So once you're a member, you're in. You never have to leave. But it's got over 350 people in it. It's an amazing group, and they answer questions. I'll pop in and answer questions. If you tag me on Facebook, I'll get to it. And it just really gives the photographers a sense of what the real professional world of commercial photography is like. Now, we don't do maternity, we don't do weddings, and we don't do a whole lot of fashion work. That's hard to do for this type of assignment, because finding fashion models is, it's so unfair to some photographers who live in towns where there's no such thing. So If you're a people shooter and you want to shoot fashion, you have ample opportunity to do it here. But we stick with commercial assignments: people, food, product, still life, architecture, and travel. So it's real. It's a lot of fun. And we have turned out some amazing photographers. Hiram Chi is a wonderful people photographer over in Santa Cruz. Eric Munides is a product shooter up in the Bay Area. He started with Project 52, so did Hiram. Stephen out in Fredericksburg. No, not Fredericksburg. Fredericksburg. He started with Project 52, and just so many others. With Sam in the Bay Area. She's doing a conceptual portraiture. Oh man, I'm drawing a blank here, but not because there's so few, but because there's so many. And I've linked to them on a page, and you can find the page linked down below. And you can go and check out. This is just a brief example of some of the photographers in Project 52. Some we have go on to be professional. Some we have don't ever want to do that. But everybody's work improves because we approach it from a real life, real world position. So if you're interested in upping your game as a photographer, and you're not looking for help with your wedding and portrait business or maternity or babies, give us a try over at project52prosystem.com. There's links down below. I hope you enjoy this little view here. Oh, I forgot to mention we have the live webinar critiques. So after you upload your images for each individual assignment, we do go in live. We do the webinars. We review your work, and those webinars are archived for you to come back and watch again and again if you need the help. So lots of great things going on, as well as the remote art direction, which is a very cool thing. Check us out over at project52prosystem.com, and I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon.